ago, they were most widely known for their use in firefighting foam and nonstick pots and pans. But today, they're seemingly everywhere and in everything.
They seem to end up in our air, our water, our soil very easily.
That means exposure to these chemicals is nearly impossible to avoid, and that comes with potentially serious health effects.
Definitely more research is needed. What we know right now, the data suggests that there are strong associations with some health conditions.
They range from some kinds of cancers to disturbing effects on things like our reproductive system.
Developmental effects on women and children.
Changes in your liver function. Some suggest decrease in
From KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
And we begin with sad news out of Poteet, where a child has been found dead.
The Atascosa County Sheriff's Office saying that child was found inside of a hot car. That discovery made this afternoon on Avenue E in Poteet. That area is near the Lowe's Market off of Highway 16.
We still have a lot of questions tonight about this incident. Right now, we're working to learn if any arrests have been made or if anyone will be facing charges.
We also don't know the child's name or age. We will bring you what we do learn as more information comes into our newsroom.
A San Antonio mother facing charges tonight after her 2-year-old son wandered off by himself. He was found yesterday at the corner of Bright Pass and Hollow Trail. That's near Petranco Road. He was just wearing a diaper when he was found.
Right now, we don't know that mother's name, but the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says that she has been arrested for child endangerment. A man found dead inside his New Braunfels home after a fire that investigators suspect may have been set on purpose.
Crews there responding to that fire yesterday afternoon. The body of 37-year-old Kennedy Miguel Arejon who lived in that home with his wife and children, later found inside the burned home with an apparent gunshot wound and burn injuries. We still don't know exactly how that man died.
Investigators also found evidence that suggests the fire was intentionally set. This story unsettling news to neighbors.
Definitely very scary.
It's very concerning. I mean, when you have things like that happening in an area like that's going up so fast, I think it's going to have a huge impact on sales.
I was just hoping, and everybody said, no, the kids weren't in, They kind of like, okay, because there's, like these little kids,
A neighbor said police had been to that home recently. We reached out for more information, but New Braunfels police have not gotten back to us yet.
We also know a foreclosure auction on that property had also been announced for last month, but KSAT has not found any record of any sale. Tonight, for the first time, we are seeing photos of 8-year-old Daniel Casares.
You may remember he's the little boy who was shot and killed on Friday in his home on Bob Billis Street. 8 years old. His mother sharing these images with us today. Daniel ultimately lost his life after the gun went off and a bullet hit him. A horrible accident, a harsh reminder of the danger that comes with owning a gun.
There were no parents at home at the time when the accident happened. His mother also releasing a statement about her little boy. It reads in part, quote, "He was full of personality, always making us laugh with his playful spirit and unforgettable sense of humor. His smile and laughter were truly contagious, leaving a lasting impression on everyone he met." She goes on to say that our sweet boy will be deeply missed, but his love, light, and laughter will forever live in our hearts. We will carry him with us always, end quote.
Yesterday, Daniel's father and teenage brother were in a courtroom facing a judge for the first time. The brother charged with manslaughter.
The judge ruled that he will stay in custody until his next hearing, which is set for August 11th. Search and recovery now resting in Kendall County.
Yeah, officials today say there is no indication that the 2 people still missing from the Hill Country floods will actually be found in Kendall County.
Our Avery Everett spoke to leaders there who say that after 3 weeks, Kendall County is now focusing on cleanup.
The switch here in Kendall County from search to cleanup after the deadly Hill Country floods officially starts tomorrow. Officials here are expecting it to take anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. But here's exactly what we know about this debris management plan. Contracted crews will work from west to east 7 days a week. They'll be focused on cleaning county right-of-ways, private property as feasible, and in and among the riverbed. Private landowners with damage are being asked to move flood debris, if they can do it safely, to county right-of-way areas. And they're also asking for it to be sorted. We're talking about piles for electronics, appliances, hazardous waste, and vegetative debris to help with collection. They'll be storing this debris in a state-approved location until it can be properly discarded. Officials warning tonight that only approved vehicles will be allowed to access this location.
So that being said, that site is not a dump site where a private citizen can go with a truckload of material to deliver. It won't be accepted. The only trucks that will be going in and out of that site will be the debris removal and that specific contracted company.
A call center in this county will be open tomorrow morning to help answer some of the questions when it comes to this process. You can reach that number at 830-217-2890. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
All right, let's turn to the forecast now with Shelby Ebertowski. Plenty of sunshine out there. I know I asked at 5 o'clock if we actually hit 100. Looks like we got awfully close.
We did not hit 100, but we were awfully close. Now, we are anticipating more temperatures later on, even tomorrow, to get to triple-digit heat. But today, the official report at the San Antonio airport was about 99 degrees. Our record was 104, so yes, we were within about 5 degrees, but we still stayed just under 100. Now, across areas, 96 degrees in Daniel's backyard. As you get closer into San Antonio, Bulverde sitting at about 97 degrees. But it's still feeling still similar to our actual air temperature, and that's because we're seeing a little bit of that dry heat today, and that's why we're not seeing as much of a gap between the heat indices and our actual air temperature. Only feels like 95 degrees in San Antonio, 97 in Cotulla, just closer to Houston though. They're seeing more humidity, feeling like they're in the triple digits at 102, and that's because of this heat high. We're still continuing to see it make way in areas across South Texas. That's going to continue to give us the temperatures in the 90s, even triple-digit heat expected for tomorrow before we start to see a little bit of a change in the weather pattern. But temperatures tomorrow, like I've been mentioning, getting to 100. Thursday, still going to be warm, sitting at about 99. And then we start to see temperatures drop at least into those mid to upper 90s. But as the temperatures drop, we're seeing the heat indices return, and so do the rain chances. I'll break down the rain chances and what's causing them coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Shelby. Let's take a look at traffic out there right now. Let's go to the camera. I-35 at Maine. You can see the upper and lower levels slow going on I-35 as it heads towards I-10, the southbound lanes there. But no major issues out there on either level to tell you about. Well, for the second time in a year, the Texas Commission on Jail Standards found the Bexar County Jail out of compliance. According to the sheriff's office, the jail is not meeting state laws and minimum standards for the second time in a year.
Yeah, the unannounced inspection happened a week after an inmate died by suicide at the jail. The jail has been asked to submit a plan to fix the issues found within 30 to 60 days. Sheriff Javier Salazar is saying they've already started making those changes. By KSAT Investigates count, 8 inmates have died at the Bexar County Jail just this year. And new at 6, we now know who the suspect is in connection to the dozens of dogs and cats that were found abandoned inside a Schertz home.
Schertz police say arrest warrants have been issued for 61-year-old Maria Maximiana Solis and 54-year-old Ricardo Guajardo, both facing charges of cruelty to animals.
They have not yet been arrested. Meanwhile, the city's animal care services continuing to round up animals. Our Katrina Weber spoke to neighbors who explained how the pet problem was hidden from them in plain sight.
Despite the loud protests from this kitten, it is headed for a better place. It's among the most recent batch of pets rounded up on the Schertz property, an animal hoarding situation that police say ended with them being abandoned.
Several of the cats were in very, very bad health, and almost every one of them looked very malnourished.
This neighbor, known only as Sharon, saw animal services officers take custody of more than 60 cats and dogs this past weekend. She had called them there when she initially noticed 2 pets left outside in a cage after their owner moved out of the home on Hillbrook Drive. Officers continue to find even more animals now.
It broke my heart. When I realized what was going on over there, I sat and cried for over an hour.
Sharon has a whole slew of pets of her own and was devastated by the hoarding situation so close to home. Police are still investigating how it all came to be. There's a definite odor outside this property. Still, neighbors say they never suspected the animal situation was this bad. In fact, some didn't find out until about the time this crime scene tape went up.
It was almost like an illusion. You'd see a couple, see a couple, see a couple, and think it was the same couple. But it was not, obviously.
Right now, all the pets have a new home with Schertz's Animal Services. But that agency is asking for help. Donations of things like cleaning supplies and pet food to finally bring some comfort to those animals. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
As Katrina just mentioned, Schertz Animal Services is asking for help. You can see the list of items they're asking for on your screen there.
Yeah, they're also accepting monetary donations, money to cover any medical bills for the animals. All donations can be dropped off at the Schertz Animal Services facility. He's accused of causing the death of a motorcyclist almost 3 years ago. His trial began today. Federico Chavez is charged with manslaughter for crashing into 58-year-old Louis Earl Fender on September 5th, 2022. According to police at the time, witnesses said Chavez had been passing vehicles, driving fast before hitting the motorcycle. Chavez, if found guilty, faces 2 to 20 years in prison.
And speaking of motorcycle crashes, we are learning more about the man who was killed in a fiery motorcycle wreck this weekend. 25-year-old Chandler Kruger was on the motorcycle that smashed into a pickup truck. We've also learned that he is the brother of Haley Kruger, a victim killed in the 2017 shooting at the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs. This happened on Sunday night at the intersection of Southwest Military Drive and Logwood Avenue. The motorcycle and the pickup truck immediately caught fire after the impact. This video you're seeing here, taken by a KSAT viewer, showing the aftermath of that wreck. Several people stepping in to help as best they could, but Kruger was pronounced dead there at the scene.
The search is on for a man wanted in connection with an attempted kidnapping in a restaurant parking lot. That's the suspect right there. It happened last night in Schertz. Police there say this man dressed in black opened their car door and reached for a child, but someone stopped him from taking that child. That man then took off, hasn't been found. Police say he could end up facing an attempted kidnapping charge. If you know this man or have any idea where he might be, you're asked to call the number on your screen, 210-619-12,000.
It's still ahead here on the news at 6. It is a program that gives teenagers an avenue to express themselves. Coming up a little bit later, we'll show you how that program hopes to curb teen crime.
Want to correct the number from Schertz. It's 619-1200. It said 12,000.
We got you.
Yeah. Just want to make sure I got it right. Plus, immigration officials have concerns that San Antonio is a trouble spot. After the break, we're going to take a look at the latest problem at the courthouse.
you have a favorite restaurant or a favorite hairstylist? SA Picks is back, and we want to know who you think are the top businesses in the city. There are more than 90 categories to vote on. Just scan the QR code on your screen. You can vote for each category once a day, and you have until August 1st to vote. The finalists will be announced on August 19th, and then there'll be another round of voting from August 20th through September 12th to determine the big winners. We'll announce the winners in late September, so cast your vote now for your favorite business to be recognized as the best in San Antonio.
If you walk into that courtroom, there is a high likelihood, almost a guarantee at this point, that you will be detained.
We are getting a clearer picture of just how difficult things are becoming for people going through the immigration court here in San Antonio.
An attorney who's been helping since detainments began says the rules have changed now again, and it could lead to a humanitarian problem.
Erica Hernandez explains how detainments are increasing, but there may not be enough space to hold everyone.
Basically, everybody at this point who is appearing in person is getting detained because of new changes in law at the appellate level.
Attorney Laura Flores-Dixit and the American Gateways Organization have been working on a lot of immigration cases. They've seen time and time again detainments taking place at immigration court in downtown San Antonio.
This is not normal. This is an affront to due process.
On this Tuesday morning, it's quiet. There is no bus out here today, but yesterday it was a different story as several people were being detained. Flores-Dixit says before, if a case was dismissed, a detainment would take place. Now, it doesn't seem to matter.
Almost everybody else they are now arguing is going to be subject to mandatory detention. So even though the judges are not terminating their cases, they're still walking out of the court, being detained, and ICE is saying, well, you will finish your case detained.
The bigger problem now, according to Flores-Dixit, is that space is running out at detention facilities.
They are relying on breaking these individuals, understanding that the conditions in these centers are harsh, that they do not have access to the adequate medical care. There's not space, like, at all for all of these individuals, and it's becoming very tragic, even more tragic than it was.
For now, they continue to educate and encourage more virtual hearings, but it's a luck of the draw, since only 4 of the 7 judges that appear at the San Antonio Immigration Court allow those virtual hearings.
I think it's really important that people continue to recognize that this is an ongoing issue, that it's only getting worse.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Let's take a look outside with live cam. Late July and a whole lot of sunshine to go along with that today.
Whole lot of blue skies out there, Avery.
Whole lot of blue skies. We've received plenty of rain, guys, the last, what was it, month or two? And I know a lot of people just see blue skies and they feel a little bit at calm, especially in areas of the hill country. But even then, the blue skies allowed our temperatures today to get to 99 degrees. Now, we are tracking a few things. First thing is still seeing some temperatures tomorrow near triple digit. 100 degrees is expected tomorrow for Wednesday, but we're going to continue to have that dry heat continue throughout the next few days, and that's going to make it feel not as much in the triple digits or make it feel even warmer. Now, once again, we are tracking more rain chances. The rain returns on Thursday, but the greater chances of rain are going into Friday and Saturday and even getting into next week as well on Monday and Tuesday. But right now, we're sitting at about 98 degrees in San Antonio, and over the next few hours, our temperatures will continue to decrease, already seeing temperatures back into the 80s by around 10 p.m. tonight. And then once again, continuing to see temperatures tomorrow, waking up in the 70s. Now, once again, although our temperature tomorrow morning is about 73 for San Antonio, because we're seeing such drier conditions, not only for us, but most of the areas towards the coastal communities and into the hill country, I wouldn't be surprised if a few areas tomorrow actually do wake up in the 60s. So keep that in mind. It's going to be very fall-like for some of us. And then we're going to continue to see our temperatures already increase into those upper 80s, even the low 90s by lunchtime, still maintaining, though, that low humidity throughout the rest of the day. So even though we're expected to get to 100, it might not feel like we're going to be 100 degrees. But then we start to see the rain chances return. Although it's still going to be dry on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even getting into next week is when we're tracking the rain. Not Not everyone will continue to see rain in their backyard at that time, but still going to be about that 30% chances when we're seeing the peak chance of some rainfall. And it's all because of this. So we have that high pressure system currently sitting over us. But then on Thursday, we're starting to see a low pressure system, an upper level disturbance, make its way into areas of Brownsville. That's going to continue to have that counterclockwise rotation. And as it does, it's going to bring some of that Gulf moisture into areas of South Texas and meet with a very weak cold front moving in from the North Texas near the Red River. And all of that moisture can sit along that I-10 corridor in San Antonio, giving us a chance of rain on Friday, Saturday, and even as we get into Sunday, still having that chance for more lingering showers. And we're going to continue to have that chance of more showers on Monday and even as we get into areas of Tuesday. So we'll keep you posted on the exact track and time of the rain chances. We're not talking about heavy rainfall accumulation as well. It's going to be very light and very isolated. Just brief downpours are expected Thursday, Friday, and going into next week. And that's really when we're seeing that humidity return to the forecast for most of us. And then we're already starting to see the chances of the rain continue to decrease with those partly cloudy to those mostly clear skies next week. But not everyone's going to continue to see the rain chances throughout the next week or so. And even then, it's still going to be feeling humid. So we are still going to see the heat indices return to the forecast as we go throughout the next few days. But tomorrow, 100 degrees for San Antonio, but it will not feel like 100. So I guess there's a bright side, guys.
All right. Thank you, Shelby.
Yeah, a very bright side and a very hot side.
Yeah.
All right. Not ideal to start fall camp, but that's what UTSA did today.
Yeah, actually they start tomorrow, but we spoke to Jeff Traylor today, the day before the day. And you know, Coach, super excited to get back out there on the field. So we got a little fall camp preview with Coach coming up. And Derek Stingley Jr. with the Texans. Well, he had an all-pro season. So what's next? We got it coming up. KSA head football coach Jeff Traylor met with the media today before the Roadrunners start fall camp tomorrow. Yep, it's the day before the day, and Coach is excited to get back on the field. Last year, the Roadrunners went 7-6 overall, 4-4 in the American, and they capped off the season by winning the Myrtle Beach Bowl 44-15 against Coastal Carolina. Now the Roadrunners are 1 month away from their season opener at Texas A&M. So how's Coach Traylor feeling the day before camp kicks off?
Oh, it's good. It's back. I do remember, being very intent after last season because that was a tough year on us, and we finished great, but it was still a tough year. I was going to be very intentional and try to enjoy every single day of the monster, of the season, and it still went by extremely fast. It's crazy how fast it goes by. The biggest difference is I just don't think there is, we're never off anymore. Players are never off, coaches are never off. So it's not like the excitement level of fall camp because you're basically in the grind year round. The biggest difference is y'all. The media kind of leaves us alone in a way from January through July, but going to AAC Media Days was a great reminder that the monster is back.
Traylor recently spoke at the Texas High School Coaches Association Convention and Coaching School, and you can hear that interview tonight at 7 on KSAT Sports Now.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Thomas J. Henry.
And Texans are back in pads today as they continue to wrap up the action. So far, the defense has been ahead of the offense, which is pretty much normal this time of year. But this will be a day that the offense could look back upon at some point as one that seemed to start setting the tone for the season, because reporters out there say it was the best offensive day for this group in this training camp without question. And one of the best corners in the NFL is Derek Stingley Jr. without question. Last year, he was a Pro Bowler and a first-team All-Pro. Today, he was asked what's next after last season.
I mean, really the goal is just be better than last year. So whatever comes with that happens.
How do you do that?
Same process, just going out and trying to make sure that I'm better than the day before, or if I'm working on my feet one day, just making sure that looks good on my hands, on my eyes, or anything like that.
Stingley, what I've seen from him throughout camp, Stingley is just consistent. He's quiet over there on the edge, and that's what it takes to be a really great corner. There shouldn't be a lot happening your way because a lot of people don't want to go your way. But him and Nico, they go at it every single day. Those two of our best guys, they match up against each other every rep. And that's good on good every single time. Those guys, they sharpen each other every time they're out here. So Sting is continued to be steady, picking up right where he left off.
The Texans now have 6 days of practice in the books. They'll go again tomorrow before the players take Thursday off.
A lot of people don't know about me going to Mississippi State. I went to Mississippi State because originally out of high school, some may know I committed to Oklahoma, and the OC that I had committed to Oklahoma is now the head coach for Mississippi State.
Former Judson football player Anthony Evans transferred from Georgia to Mississippi State to play for head coach Jeff Levy. Hear from Evans tonight at 7 on KSAT Sports Now, and he breaks down why else he was attracted to Mississippi State.
All right, I just want to clarify, Coach Traylor wasn't calling you the monster.
No.
He's calling the season the monster.
I think so.
I just want to make sure,
We think so.
Yes. He misses the media.
We're pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty sure.
He was.
Thank you, Larry.
With school out for the summer, teens have more of a chance of getting into trouble with the law. Coming up here about one program offering a creative solution to this problem.
Also, have you ever felt intimidated by people at the gym? Well, that anxiety is what led two San Antonio women to start their own running club. Their story and their success after the break.
All right, school out for a few more weeks anyway, and teens are free to relax, roam, and sometimes get in trouble.
Yeah, in fact, last year, between June, July, and August, 264 teenagers ended up on the radar of the Bexar County Juvenile Detention Center. The year before, it was 331 kids who were in trouble for things like trespassing, drugs, or other criminal mischief, but also serious crimes as well, like murder.
Yeah, one program hopes to help by giving teens a space to express themselves in hopes of helping curb crime. Patty Santos tells us about Gemini Inc.
I do not have a name for this poem. I finished it just last night.
Sophia Ball started a love affair with creative writing at the age of 9.
I use writing personally as a way to channel a lot of the emotions that I feel.
The high school senior now leads the teen writing circle at Gemini Inc.
I have teenagers at home, so I know about self-expression. Yes, but yes, giving them a structured way to express themselves.
Mandy Lynn Lara is the class coordinator. The free class is now going on 7 months strong. Teens meet over Zoom the last Saturday of the month.
There's a lot of things that teens need to say, and sometimes, getting on social media is like yelling at a platform that is an echo chamber or has no response. And so just getting teens somewhere where they can talk to other like-minded teens.
Gemini Inc. also runs other programs with local nonprofits like Women and Teens in Recovery, and for 20 years they've taught teens in the Crier Juvenile Correction Center creative expression.
How important is this for teenagers? Maybe somebody who's struggling. We know that kids are going through a lot right now.
It's cathartic. Writing is therapeutic.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Each year, Gemini Inc. helps publish 200 writings from the groups they work with.
And read more about the programs they offer on KSAT.com. Just search Gemini Inc.
Well, are you looking for a job? The Edgewood Independent School District might have one for you. The district is hosting a back-to-school job fair on Thursday that will take place between 9 a.m. and noon at the Edgewood Gym. If you plan to attend, the district says bring a copy of your resume, references, and your driver's license. The school district does say that people who are interested in a position are encouraged to apply early online.
It's that time of year again. Tax-free weekend coming up next weekend from August 8th through August 10th. You can save on school supplies, clothing, backpacks, shoes, all without paying sales tax. Qualifying items can be purchased from a Texas store or online from a business in the state.
Stomach cancer is sometimes called a silent disease. That's because the early stages are easily mistaken for common issues like indigestion or acid reflux. Yolanda Barrera Day was diagnosed with stage 2 stomach cancer during the pandemic. She is in remission now. And in the latest episode of The Conversation, she spoke to Stefania Jimenez about her mission to bring awareness to this disease. Take a listen.
It was fatigue, right? That kind of alerted me. It was a red flag. But a lot of people that I know, that I've met through this organization and through my efforts to bring awareness to the community, is they have reflux. Well, how many people do you know that say, I just have reflux, I ate something bad, oh gosh, I must have eaten something bad? No, reflux is a thing for stomach cancer. If it's continuous, if it's bad, if it's so bad that you can't sleep or you can't eat a regular meal without getting sick, check it out.
Yolanda shared her entire journey with Stefania. She's also organizing an event to raise awareness about stomach cancer later on this fall. You can watch the latest episode of The Conversation right now, streaming on KSAT+.
Even though the San Antonio Marathon, half marathon, and 5K races are scheduled to happen in December, the training starts right now.
And last month, we introduced you to a few of the 24 marathon ambassadors that were selected by San Antonio Sports to represent and promote those upcoming races.
Today, our Stephanie Cerna introduces us to 2 more ambassadors who have been tracking their running/fitness journeys on social media together, inspiring others to take that first step.
Runners Aaron Stinnett and Victoria Vaca are gearing up to run their very first half marathon at the very first San Antonio Marathon in December. However, they say they weren't always runners.
No, Aaron, not El Camino.
Don't feel like running today.
Then why did you make me come here?
We got into our fitness journey just about 2 years ago. We started making social media content. We're known as Fit and Fluffy on our platforms.
Aaron and Victoria decided to join a run club in August of last year, which they say was a little intimidating at first. So they shared that moment before taking that first big step of just getting out of the car on social media.
We're trying to do a running club. It's social, but everyone's really pretty and skinny.
And we're chunky. Pretty, but chunky.
I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't like it.
We made friends. That was our very first run, and it was a video of us, and we just decided to kind of take that vulnerable step of like, let's do it. But we sat in the car for like 5 minutes, like, I don't want to go, I don't want to do it. Do you want to do it? I don't want to do it. Maybe it's a mouthful.
And after sharing their journeys, Aaron and Victoria quickly found out that they weren't alone in feeling intimidated.
The comments we get a lot is, that's how I felt. The very first time I stepped out of my car to go run, the very first time I stepped out to even go to the gym, do whatever it is, I sat there with the anxiety of like, can I even do this? And to hear people say like, you've been part of the reason why I got off the car. You've been part of the reason why I've started this journey.
Look at me, look at me.
Now Aaron and Victoria will be sharing their running experiences on TikTok and Instagram as marathon ambassadors.
I mean, yes, you're on social media, but you're also ambassadors for the San Antonio Marathon. What does that mean for you guys?
It's a big opportunity. We've talked about it, and when we got the opportunity and we're chosen, we sat there and we were like, we represent a very, I say a specific group of people, but it's a very broad group of people that don't think that they can run.
Our mission here is to let everybody know like everybody and every pace can come out. And we are really trying to advocate and let everyone know that we can do it, you can do it.
Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
A mass shooting in Midtown Manhattan, leaving 4 people dead, and a chilling note from the suspect mentions the NFL and CTE. We break down the latest after the break. Detectives from the New York Police Department heading back to Las Vegas as they try to figure out why a gunman came to Manhattan and opened fire inside a busy office building.
4 people were killed in that shooting Monday night. Police hit the shooter, then took his own life. ABC's Ashan Singh reports.
This note, written on a folded piece of paper, police say was found in the pocket of the gunman behind the deadly shooting inside an office building in the heart of New York City. The note, now evidence in the investigation. Police confirming the gunman was 27-year-old Shane Devon Tamura of Las Vegas, who walked in the building on Park Avenue around 6:30 Monday night, armed with an M4 assault-style rifle and wearing body armor. Investigators say he killed 4 people and badly injured a 5th before taking his own life. Video showing a frenzy in the aftermath. Inside, people hiding and barricading doors. The building is home to the National Football League, as well as Blackstone and KPMG.
People inside the building were saying that they heard they thought someone fell down the stairs, and then they realized it wasn't just stairs, there was someone shooting a gun.
Among the victims, 36-year-old NYPD officer Didraul Islam. He was working off-duty security when he was shot.
He was doing the job that we asked him to do. He put himself in harm's way. He made the ultimate sacrifice. Shot in cold blood.
Also killed Blackstone executive Wesley LePatner and Alan Etienne, a security officer at the building. Sources identify a 4th civilian, Julia Hyman, was also killed. Rudin management confirming she was an employee there. The note saying, "I'm sorry and study my brain," also referencing CTE, a chronic brain injury known for affecting football players. CTE can only definitely be diagnosed during an autopsy. While Tamura played football in high school, there is no known connection between him and the NFL. Authorities also searched Tamura's car, where they found a revolver, 2 cell phones, medication, and ammunition. Law enforcement sources saying in June at a gun show in Las Vegas, someone called in a tip saying that the shooter had purchased a large amount of ammunition and an aftermarket trigger. In New York, I'm Ashin Singh, ABC News.
Back here at home, look outside with live cam. All that sunshine out there right now, but we do have some rain chances in the forecast, Shelby.
Yes, Myra, the rain chances come later this week, but right now we're seeing the sunnier skies make us feel not as muggy. Take a look at our dew point temperatures. Most of us sitting in those 40s to 50s, not even sitting dry at this point, just sitting pleasant. Now, over the next few days, including the next few hours, we will continue to see the dew point temperatures decrease to be on the border between that pleasant and those dry conditions, but we're tracking more rain coming up later this weekend, and that's going to make those dew point temperatures feel even muggier. I'll break down what you need to know coming up after the break.
All right, it's a warm day. We're going to get through it. It's not that bad for July. It's almost August.
Yeah.
Almost August.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we do still have a few days left that are going to be good, especially for kiddos wanting to enjoy the last few weeks and the last few days of summer vacation before school starts. But today was a beautiful day. It's just a little toasty for some folks, but the humidity wasn't present. Now, temperatures today in San Antonio got to about 99 degrees. Just to the south in Pleasanton got to 101, 102 in Cotulla and Laredo, 100 in Carrizo Springs, even 100 degrees up in Austin. But once again, the temperatures today didn't feel like they were in the upper 90s, even those lower triple digits, because we didn't see that humidity. Now, over the next few days, we will continue to see those warmer temperatures, even over the next week. It's Texas, it's summer, that's normal. However, what we're watching is this weekend, temperatures dipping down around that mid 90 degree range from 97 to 96, and especially this weekend. That's when we're seeing the rain chances. And the rain chances, yes, the humidity will return, but it's also going to allow our temperatures to feel a few degrees cooler and a few degrees warmer. And it's all because of this heat high right here. This area of high pressure continues to just linger in areas of South Texas. That's the reason we saw the warmer temperatures today and tomorrow, and the reason we're seeing some drier conditions. But not only that, that heat high is bringing some warmer conditions for most of the country. Temperatures going up into the upper Midwest in those 90s. Even areas just to the east are continuing to see temperatures in the warmer side. Now, that heat high is going to continue to leave and push into areas of Mexico by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. But before, we still have temperatures getting to the triple digits. And even on Thursday, once we're starting to see the first chance of rain, we're going to then see that heat high push through and still have temperatures in the 90s. Now, how much rain are we going to expect? Well, here's a situation. We're not still seeing the chances of them being a big washout. It also depends on where this low pressure system continues to set up. If it still stays on the current track just near Brownsville, we can still see some of that Gulf moisture, but there's also that cold front, like I showed you earlier, moving through North Texas. And as that continues to move through, we're expecting anywhere about half an inch of rain across South Central Texas. Now, the heaviest rain will still be to the east of us in New Orleans, even getting into areas of South Carolina and Georgia. That's where they're expected to see a few more systems give them some extra moisture and some extra rain. But in San Antonio, it also depends the time of that cold front coming through. So we'll keep you posted. Still not expecting a big washout for us here in South Central Texas, but still going to be enough rain to give us a little bit of a cool down from the temperatures in the triple digits. And even then, still seeing that humidity continue throughout the week and even into next week. Although we're still seeing temperatures on the warmer side in those 90s, we are starting to see a little bit of a clearing in the cloud coverage. So it's still not going to feel like we are sitting in the triple digits or near triple digits, especially for kiddos, guys, still wanting to enjoy summer vacation before school starts again.
And that's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's probably all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some moms too.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Shelby. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on ABC Prime Time at 7 o'clock. We've got High Potential. At 8 o'clock, it's Will Trent, followed by the Night Beats at 10.
All right, KSAT Sports Now comes your way at 7 o'clock right after this newscast. Streaming any way you stream KSAT, you can stream Sports Now. We were just talking about the donut challenge. We're going to get to that a little bit later.
Okay.
But first, let's talk about the Cowboys O-line.
Yeah, Tyler Guyton, they thought maybe he tore an ACL or something yesterday. Luckily, he didn't. It's a bone fracture in his right knee. He's going to be out about 4 to 6 weeks. Today, we heard from the Cowboys offensive coordinator, and they're keeping really high spirits about this and knocking an old school technique by former teams. We'll hear from that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I've got a fantasy football league coming up.
Sure.
What can I expect from Nick Chubb? That's my question. He was great in Cleveland when he was wasn't hurt.
When he wasn't hurt, for sure. I don't know, but right now, Nick Chubb is taking advantage of the fact that Joe Mixon is not in training camp with that foot injury. Chubb says that he is healthy and feeling the best he's felt in a couple of years. So if the Texans can get any version of that old Nick Chubb, man, they got a good back right there.
You know, what I'm thinking is, okay, we talked about the Cowboys.
Yes.
They have an offensive hole to fill.
Yep.
Joe Mixon out. There's a hole to fill in the Texans. Then we talk about donut holes.
Yes, so the Houston
and the
Texans had a deal the other day when they walked into practice, onto the practice field, 6 donuts lined up. You had to bounce a ping pong ball into the hole, kind of like beer pong, but with donuts.
So if you missed, you had to eat a donut?
I don't know if you had to eat it or not, but somebody did win, and we got that winner for you.
What kind of donuts?
I think they were glazed donuts, Daniel, right?
All kinds of donuts.
All kinds of donuts, but they had the hole in the middle.
I think we should
Glazed,
try
maple.
that.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Myra would be down.
Before we walk onto the news set?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get all sugared up.
I love it.
It'd be awesome. KSAT Sports Now comes your way streaming tonight at 7. We'll be right back.
Here at Top of the Line Barber School, we have many barbers in here gifted with the clippers and giving back. But I'll tell you about one faithful barber who got the whole team on board with giving free haircuts to those in need just in time for back to school season.
Temperatures tomorrow getting to about 100 degrees in San Antonio, a little cooler in the hill country, sitting in those 90s before humidity and rain chances return to the forecast as we get closer to the weekend and throughout the weekend.
All right, thank you, Shelby, and thank you for watching the news at 6.
See you on the Night Beat at 10.